Welcome, everybody. Chad and Georgia West. Super excited to have you guys on the call. First off, I want to give a quick shout out to Christina Downward, our newest owner. She is tearing it up. Love you, Christina. Thank you for all you're doing. I want to give John Spitaleri a huge shout out for our awesome background and for all the things everybody is doing here, guys. Seriously, huge love, respect. I am so excited about the last call and the announcements. Last night, Dave Pike and I, we had a chance, and my wife, we actually had a chance to talk, and he was sharing some of these things, and it was really fun to just see this and just kind of go over it a little bit, and it was just exciting news, guys. Everything that is on the back office right now that you can actually see that, and excuse me. Oh, I disappeared in the forest when I did that. So, guys, in the calls that I've had today in talking with a lot of you guys, it comes down to, you're creating your why and making sure your why is so strong. And we're kind of go over that, but my wife has put together a lot of amazing things here. And so I am going to turn the time over to you, give you the controls there. This is my amazing, beautiful wife that you guys probably know, Georgia. I have known her for just a few years. Oh, I disappeared again. I've known her for a few years, I think since we were like 11 and 12 years old, something like that. But she is definitely my better half. Yeah, she's an absolute genius. I tell people all the time in the West household, let me be clear. And I used to tell us to hell all the time, and he loved it. In the West household, I'm the general. This is the major. Okay. She makes all the major decisions. I get to make some of the general ones. But actually, since she took that role, I haven't had to make a decision in like 12 years. So, it's all good for me. So I'll turn it over to you, sweetie.
Well, thanks. We've been just so excited about the things that have been unfolding here. And so one of the things that we actually talk about in our household, right, is you guys. We talk about how things are going and how can we assist, how can we inspire, how can we train. And so we actually just took a minute to go back through all of the trainings that we've done up until this point, right? And said, how can we kind of condense that down into something that's like, a one pager, right? Just like, how can we get that down? So it's just like someone brand new that you sign up in the business. What do we give them? How do we start? Where do we go from there? And then how do we build that all the way up to that crown diamond that we saw, right? So from beginning to end. And so I'm going to share a little bit, just a couple slides with you guys. Of the things that we want to inspire you guys to do is the things that when we're, I guess, when we're on our best, right? When we're growing like crazy, when we are truly just on fire in this business, these are the things that we're doing. So we just want to be like fully transparent with that and just share with you guys. So let me see if I can get there. There we go. And let's see if I can go here. There we go. Can everybody see that? Can I get somebody with the thumbs up? All right. Thank you, guys. All right. So we've been talking about, and what what our leadership team has been talking about is going for gold, right? So right now, that's the thing that we've put into place as far as that next goal or that next thing to do is to go for gold. And we'll talk about those rankings in a little bit. But so the first thing is mindset, right? We've all heard so many different things about mindset. We kind of did a little play on words as far as putting it in racing terms, but let's just break this down real quick and then we'll move on. So number one is kind of like that warm up, right? So engaging in mental preparation, visualizing your racetrack, praying for success, expressing gratitude for the opportunity to drive. And so what that really comes down to is, what is it for you that helps you, right? So it might be, sitting in prayer, meditation, visualization, reviewing your goals, having a gratitude journal, something that you spend, 10, 15 minutes a day on, 5 minutes a day, just looking at and helping kind of ground yourself and calm those anxieties or the anxiousness and getting yourself mentally prepared for what you're about to do. The next one is the pit stop check, right? Reflecting on your purpose, your why, your racing strategy, which is your goals, and your ultimate racing dreams. What is the things that you ultimately want to achieve in this business?
That's one of those things that we spent some time, Jim and I did on a few three-way calls today, just asking people, what is it you want? What is it you want out of this business? Why are you doing this? It's more than just, I want to make money. And somebody said that to me today, they want to make more money. But when it came down and asking more questions, it came down to they wanted the freedom, they wanted time freedom, they wanted financial freedom. That's what it really gets down to is you got to dig a little bit deeper, because your why should be those things that is so strong that you'll never quit because it's so strong.
Now, there's a little bit of a fun play on words with this one for the pit stop check, is because I literally have this written on the mirror in my bathroom. So that when I go and I get up in the morning, the first thing I see is this, right? And I also then have it on my phone. So just in case I get distracted, it'll pop up as a reminder on my phone every morning. And so it's reminding me of my why, right? And so we want to just encourage everyone to have that somewhere obvious and obnoxiously in front of your face. So you're looking at it every day, whether it's the refrigerator or a mirror, whatever that is. So track reconnaissance. I love this one. Spend 15 minutes a day studying the race course, learning its curves, its challenges, improving your driving skills. So in other words, let's put that into terms that we're usually familiar with, and it's spending 15 minutes a day learning a new skill, whether that's learning how to do the back office or learning how to use ChatGPT to write an ad or a Facebook post or whatever that is, right? Spending 15 minutes a day to learn something that maybe you're not as familiar with, to be able to facilitate, because over time, that'll help you be able to grow those skills to do better. And then we have radio check, right? Tune into those motivational speeches, listen to leaders, get inspired by the success stories, the testimonials, and those kinds of things. Dial in to these calls that we have every week, right? So we have like our Tuesday call with Terry and with John, and we have our corporate call, this call, and
I'm on the Tuesday calls too.
yeah, well, and then on the Thursday call again with John for the opportunities, and bringing those in. So really tune in and dial into the system that's already here in place. And then I say pit crew maintenance, prioritize some self-care, utilize our wellness products for peak performance. We have so many in our back office. Obviously, Acai is one of them, but we have several back there. So, utilize your own products. We have quality things, and engaging in some physical exercise and getting up and moving. If you don't feel like you're creative or you're sitting down at the computer and you're not sure what to do, I was like, take 5 minutes and, walk around the house or run in place or whatever and get that blood flowing. And it's amazing what happens, right? So again, daily mindset. So with that, whoop, why are we not going?
Oh,
Yeah. Oh, awesome. Thank you.
that work?
Yeah. So then the next one is going for gold is also about daily building, right? So we're talking about compiling, getting organized, compiling a list of tasks that you're going to do for the day, and also those potential drivers to engage with, right? So you should be coming up with a list of about 200 people. Some of us have thousands of contacts in our phone, right? But coming up with that list of those, say, 100, 200 that that have some skill sets or some natural ability or some desire or drive that might be a great fit for them, to be able to reach out to them. And then the actual networking part, right? Connecting with, so this is how you build this, right? It's talking to people. It's whether, whatever that is. So it's connecting with 10 to 12 potential drivers a day. So if your social circle is really small, it's time to expand that horizon, get out and be talking to people at the grocery stores and at the gas stations and at the restaurants and whoever you're running into, right? To get a little bit, just getting in the habit of talking to people and expanding that out. but you can talk to them about even your maybe inactives or ones that maybe aren't building as fast as you want, or if you're struggling, to be able to talk to them about the updates and all the great things that are happening here and when the products are released, and sharing the website links and extending invitations to the tasting parties. All of those things is part of that. And then test drive your gear. I'm like, embrace your own products and share the personal testimonials of performance. I cannot emphasize that one enough. I really, deep down, we have so many great products here, and you can just go down the list and start sharing your testimonies on what those are and what they're doing for you. And it gets people more interested, right? It piques their interest.
By the way, I want to just do a backtrack for just a second.
Yeah.
Loki, golly, a big galoot. Um, when you think about the people that you want to come in contact with, I mean, a lot of people overthink this stuff. I mean, I love the local places that we go, the local grocery stores. It's like I see the cashier. We know the cashier's name, people by name, because we go in there and stuff. It's like, hey, Tina, hey, Kevin, we talk to them. How's things going? It's like we asked Tina just we've seen her for so many years and stuff. It's like, what else do you do besides this? And she goes, oh man, I'm trying to make more money. It's like, really? It's like simple, same thing with when we go to the gas station right down the street. I know Tim, I know Karen, I could go through and name all the people from different shifts and stuff because I go in there. It's like hey, what else do you do besides this? You get an Uber, you get a Lyft, it's like, people are trying to make more money there. Don't be afraid to ask, to invite, to share. It's that simple and it's fun. I think that's one of the things I realize with a lot of the older timers that have been in networking is the thing that they say about network marketing is this one's fun. This one's different, and I love that. So I didn't mean to.
Yeah, no, that's good. That's great. I think of, I think that, so the next thing is obviously a lot of people like to lead with the product because sometimes they feel like that's easier, right? But eventually, regardless, you have to be able to share the 10 ways to earn plan, right? Because ultimately, like, not only are our products better, but how many times have you heard our product's superior? Well, ours really is, but how many times do people claim that to be true, right? So in the world of everyone getting bombarded with, like people coming up to them and talking to them about network marketing products, how do we differentiate that? Well, we can tell them about the 34 patents of acai, right? We can talk about those things, but we can also talk about our comp plan because our comp plan is unparalleled in this industry. And so the sharing the 10 ways to earn plan really starts to get those wheels turning and having them really realize what that differentiation is between us versus others.
Guys, I want to just jump in again. Mark just said on the last corporate call, he challenges anyone to find something that pays out more than what we do. I mean, living in Utah, this is the MLM capital of the world. I mean, seriously, I get approached all the time. I don't care how good their products are. If it's a binary, if it's a unilevel, I won't touch it at all. I don't care if it's a hybrid, whatever. This is what really intrigued me when Jim first shared this. And it's completely different, and it's the biggest win-win I have ever come across in any network marketing company ever. That's why I'm playing one of many ways and stuff. But
yeah. And I think the last part of this is really the checkered flag tracking. So this is something that I do. My husband is just so natural at this. He has it all up in his brain. I can't do that. So I say, let's track the conversations with potential teammates, with potential drivers, noting their progress, so where they're at in this journey, right? And then follow up with those that have yet to commit to joining the team. And so for me, it's really, truly, like, I'm a spreadsheet girl, so that's what I do, right? But whatever works for you, a notebook, a notepad, whatever, tracking who you've talked to, where they're at in life, and then maybe even some personal notes. If it's a brand new person that's not a friend, but someone you met out in, the street, gave them a card, that you're writing down one or two things that you talked about in that conversation. So the next time you talk to them, you've invested in learning about them. You've invested in who they are as a person, right? We're not just trying to sell or convince, which is conning, C-O-N, convince. It's about investing in people, learning who they are, befriending them, understanding where they're at, what their needs are, and really trying to assist them into a better way of living and being able to show them a tool, the avenue, the path, and being able to really achieve what they want. So,
Yeah.
is there anything you wanted to add to that? We'll go to the next
Nope.
one. How did you do that?
I have no idea.
Oh, see, you got it. For whatever reason, it won't
It worked
respond to me.
again. I'm a
Okay.
tech
And
genius.
so then the last part of this is the weekly building. So we want to encourage everybody to organize tasting events. We want to be able to stream those live on Facebook or on Zoom. We want to get people tasting this product, because this is the other thing that I've noticed is in past experiences is you're trying to choke something down and pretend it's better, because it's better for you. And you're trying to pretend like it's the greatest thing since sliced bread when you cannot stand it. That's not the case here. This actually tastes really good.
Yeah, in fact, next week for our Wednesday night call, we're going to be over at Charles Montgomery's house with Sheila Erickson and some people that we're going to be talking about down in Brazil. And my wife's going to be there. And yeah, it's going to be awesome. We're going to have about 15, 20 people there. So
Yeah.
we'll be doing that live next week.
And that'll be an opportunity. The more you see people do this, the more comfortable and you get a feel for how it should go. And it's our first one, so bear with us, right, on the tasting party. But it's going to be an opportunity for you guys to join us and to see how we do a tasting party, right?
Hypnotize
and how,
everybody.
And how easy it really can be. And then I want to make sure that we're dialing in against these weekly calls, that you are inviting all of your downline, all the team members to join these weekly calls, and at least 3 new people, 3 new spectators or people that are investigating at minimum, right? The more we get dialed in and engaged, the more excited we get, the higher energy level everybody has, and the more that we can build this business. And then sharing your testimonials with your friends, your family, online, everywhere you go. Just be a walking testimony of, showing that great energy. And they're like, wow, you're in such a great mood. I'm like, I have this great energy ever since I started taking acai. And they're like, what, acai plus. And they're like, what's that? Here you go. Right. There's
So
the
glad
open.
you asked.
Right. Yeah. Utilize the training sessions for using the garage. Empower your downline to replicate successful tactics. So in other words, once you get somebody signed up, take the time to work with them, show them around the back office. Sheila is so great at this, to really make sure that we are helping people and assisting them in dialing into what they have in this back office, how to function, how to show it, and make it super easy for them to share with others. And then lastly is embrace the thrilling moments with family and savor the exhilarating journey. This is work. This is not a free ride, but at the same time, make sure that we're enjoying the journey. Make sure that we're having fun.
It's all about the journey.
Make sure you're taking time to have that family time with your family and friends, even if it's not about business stuff, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So we've had this all this week. These are the 10 ways to earn. There is, if you have not downloaded this yet, I know that ourselves on our Facebook page, John Spitaleri on his Facebook page, have put this up on our team group. Also, it's in your back garage. So when you sign in, you're going to go to tools, and then you're going to go to downloads, and it's the first one right at the top, I believe. And so you can download this. And this is that differentiation of the 10 different ways, right? And so I'm not going to go through this in detail tonight, but I just want to take a look at just kind of the way I look at it. So if you look at number 4 and 5, the owner and owner maker bonus, and then your fast start bonuses, that's what I call the short track, right? That's your immediate money in your hand. That's like right there. The rest of these through level 8, these are the things that you're building. These are the things that continue to increase and increase as you build your business and become your residual income. That's your long track, right? Those are the things that are what we're all striving for. The short-term money helps people recoup their investment and realize it's the real deal, right? And then the rest of it is really just all the amazing ways that we can earn money. And we've talked about a lot of these at length, but there is truly an unlimited income here based on how many drivers and owners that you produce. It's absolutely fantastic. The executive track is what's new, right? That's what's been added lately. And those are number 9 and 10. And those are those leadership pools, the ranks, as well as the rewards. And so we're going to dive into that just for a little bit for those that haven't seen it, or maybe just need an extra boost of comment. I'm not going to go through all of them through today, through the Crown Diamond. There's so much there to unpack. We might go through a little bit more of that next week. But for right now, we're going to go through the 5 steps to victory. So follow those daily and weekly racing strategies. What we're going to do is, and you'll see this in a minute, I have this all in a nice little format on an Excel spreadsheet, which you can just print out if you're a paper kind of person. And it's day by day. Here's the checklist. Am I doing these things? And it's just a way to track yourself and to see how are you doing. I know, John Spitaleri, you're great at that. Here's your checklist, here's your pieces, here's what you have to do. You have your notebooks. We just put it on a 1-pager. So every day for the month, how you doing with those things? Get branded, right? We'll also share those links. We have a store where we have our branded items for Team Top Gun and for Team West, and we want to make sure that we're wearing it. It's a conversation starter for sure, everywhere you're walking around, and you can feel that. So make sure that you're setting up those 3-way calls. So if you're calling 10 to 12 people or interacting with 10 to 12 people a day, you're definitely going to be, calling us and calling the leaders here for 3-way calls. And with that volume, being able to sign up 1 to 5 drivers a week is very doable. It's about how active that is. That sales funnel is really simple, right? 10 to 12 contacts a day equals so many 3-way calls. It equals about 1 to 5 drivers a week, and you'll just get better at it as you do it, right? So it's not in my nature, it's in my husband's. He's talented that way, and I'm learning and I'm getting out of my comfort zone and doing that. We're throwing out a goal of 20 total, and we'll talk about that later as far as why, but it's so that these happen, and to really train those so once you have somebody that's signed up underneath you, the nature is to go to the next person right away. And of course you're doing that, but you also want to make sure that this person's trained, that they really understand all the pieces, that they're able to go deep. And I'm saying reach 4 to 5 levels deep in your organization. So you're looking down your circuit and seeing how people are doing and calling and contacting them, and what can we do to assist, right? So if everyone's doing that, we're going 4 or 5 levels down, and then those people are going 4 and 5 levels down. That's how we build this. So the rankings, you guys are very familiar with. Rookie driver, if you sign up 1 driver, if you sign up 2 drivers, it's a pro driver. If you sign up 3 drivers, you're now an owner. That's been the case from day one. The new stuff. So I put it under pins because you get a pin for these. If you're one of your drivers, if you help them become an owner, then you are a 1-star owner maker. Does that make sense? If you help 2 of your drivers become owners themselves, then you're a 2-star owner maker, and 3 drivers is a 3-star owner maker. Silver executive. It means you have 4 people that you've personally sponsored that are owners. And then the volume that's happening is a minimum of $4,500, and it's 1,500 max per leg. So I think this is great. So as you don't have like one huge power line doing amazing stuff and then the others doing nothing, right? You really want to have this balanced, and it allows for you to maximize all the other compensation plans, right? All the other ways that you get paid. This is facilitating that. So this is just already just kind of putting a stamp and showing you, as you go up through these ranks, how to maximize the compensation. And then gold. Gold is 5 owners, 9,000 in minimum value, and 4,500 max per leg. So at least 2 legs, need to be building. But it's okay. You can have 3, 4, 5, 6, right? Like whatever that is. And as we talked about, the gold award is the leadership retreat in San Diego in June. So I am going to get out of this for just a second, if I can. Thank you.
You want to stop sharing?
No, I want to go to the.
Well, you got to stop sharing, then go back into
Okay.
it. So we'll go back into it. Now which one?
This one.
This one.
And we are almost done. Okay. So as you can see, hopefully, what we've done is we've taken all of that and we've gone all the way down the line. And we have said, these are all the rankings. And then here are the things that you get, right? So silver, gold, sapphire, ruby, emerald, you get pins. And then from there on, you start getting diamond rings, which I think is personally pretty cool. And then here's the like extra awards, right? So gold is the leadership retreat. But then when you get into ruby, there's an executive cruise, emerald cruise, a Hawaii trip, luxury trips, or a car program. And then obviously that will go into like a luxury car program.
I'm pretty excited about that.
Right? Like those are fun. These are the fun parts of this business. This is in addition to all the compensation, in addition to all the things, right? And so these are just great extra bonuses that they've added on top of that.
And as you remember, Mark even said, you also get included into those world bonus pools. And so when you hit the next bonus pool, you're getting sapphire and ruby. If you get ruby, then that and the, you're getting all of those. So, I mean, that's a lot of bonuses. That's a lot of, I mean, this is just like Mark said, I challenge it. He's the guy's been doing this over 50 something years. And he's like, I challenge anyone to try and find something better. Comp wise, it's just not going to happen. And to know, I mean, it's like when you think about the leadership, when you think about like Frederick, when you think about Oscar, that are here, doing this with it, I get goosebumps. I do. The leadership, so many huge leaders, master distributors from other companies, that are all playing here, no egos, everyone assisting each other. It's the coolest thing ever.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know if this, oh, it did do it. Yay.
Yes.
All
right.
A little bit on the formatting, but you get the point. So what I did was I took these and I broke down those slides into just basic steps. And this is what most of the leaders and the people that are really building in this company are doing, whether they put it in this format or not, right? These are usually the things that we're all doing. And so I just put them there and I started as of tomorrow on March 7th. And here's the checklist, right? And so every day it's just going through and marking off, have we done it? Have we not done it? And it helps you see your patterns. Like some of these might be super easy for you. So you're like, well, yeah, I do that every day, right? And other things you realize like, oh, but I'm not really working on this part, right? And so it just helps you identify where you're at and what you need to work on and what's working and not working, right, in the system. But this is a tried and true method. These are the things that work. And so if you're really, assisting people in the whole person, assisting in building up the mindset, building up the tasks and the income producing activities, and working with your team in this way, you will have success. You will have success. And so I am going to clean this up a little bit and make it a little bit prettier, but we're going to actually put this up. I believe we can put this right up onto our Facebook community page.
Yeah.
And for you guys to download and use. And for those of you that aren't tech savvy and don't want to open up a spreadsheet every day, all you have to do is usually go to file, print, and you can print it off in paper. I actually like paper. I like to sit there with my ink and my check mark, make my notes, whatever. But either way, right? And so we're encouraging you guys to utilize this for the next 3 months as we go for gold and see how we're doing. And then as you go through, yeah, you can go through that. And then as you go through, obviously that one tab with all the ranking, it's exciting, right? When you can check off like, oh, I have my first person. Now, I'm this. I can do my second person. Now I'm this. Now I'm an owner. Now you're right. And you can sit there and mark it off for yourself as you go up through the ranks. So that's what we wanted to share mainly tonight, are those things. And I know like for those of you that were also on the corporate call tonight, I know there might be some questions about the second position, right? And
I'm
so,
excited about this.
yeah, and so we want to just take just a couple more minutes and talk about that piece.
Guys, I will tell you this. If you ever get a chance to get a second position in a company, especially here in the beginning. One thing I used to do in several companies in the past is I'd come in and I'd buy a dozen, 2 dozen positions. And, and a lot of them you didn't have to keep the auto ship going, you just held the position. Um, but we would build a huge organization and we would sell those for huge money, huge money. So you ever get an opportunity to get a second position, uh, take it. Definitely take it. It's another business opportunity for you. John, you got anything you want to jump in on that one?
Yeah, actually, most of the times, you weren't allowed to do that, and here you're allowed to do that. But, more importantly, I love your presentation. And I always say, if you're blessed, you better be a blessing. And if you really look at this comp plan, you'll see that in order to get to ranks, you have to be an owner maker. That means you have to help that person succeed, and then when they succeed, you succeed. So isn't that the same thing, right? So I encourage everyone to go with that format in your mind, to just build owners, and you're going to be successful because it moves very quickly once you start building owner makers, doing owner makers over and over.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Here's the other thing, perfect world scenario, okay, which of course never happens. But I just wanted to share with you the simplicity of how quickly this could really happen. If you came in today and all you did was bring in 3 people, just 3, okay? Next month they got their 3. The following month, those 3 got their 3. Those 3 got theirs, literally within 10 months you'd max out this comp plan at $272,000 a month. That's just on 3 people. Just 3. Guys, I'm going to say again, with just 3 people, get your 3 to get their 3. Assist your 3 to get their 3. That's all you have to do. By doing that, folks, you have got a business of success. This isn't a hard thing. This is simple. I mean, everybody I know wants to make more money. Everybody I know wants to save money at the gas pump, get better gas mileage. Everybody I know wants to be healthier. And everybody I know that's over 40 wants to be pain free. Guess what, folks? Everyone I know wants to travel more, get the best prices. Guess what we do? Don't overcomplicate this. This is the simplest, easiest thing, the most fun. I mean, guys, holy cow. Go on to the Hell Top Gun website there, or I'm sorry, on Facebook. They've got the for all the merchandise, for t-shirts, for hats, for the acai drink, Jim, Jim and Terry. I was like, well, if we go, we get another position that would go underneath Jim. And who knows, maybe I might get put underneath Nancy or Mike or Stuffy or some bruisers. I don't know. I get put under somebody. That's one of the cool things about this. Guys, this is so much fun. So much fun. Honey, you did an absolutely killer job. Absolutely killer.
Thank
She's
you.
so organized. You should see my sock and underwear drawer. It's perfect. Perfect.
I'm a little OCD with certain things.
But guys, we have fun. Seriously, thank you guys so much. We're here for you. Anyone have any questions?
Yeah, thanks, Jim. Yeah, we're open for questions tonight. If you have any questions
We're gonna
regarding
go
this.
just for a couple minutes. If no one has any, I'm gonna kick all you guys out of here.
And and we want you to know that we are truly invested in you guys. We truly care about your success. And like John said, we know that our success is only a result of yours. And so for us, we want to do everything we can to assist you in growing your business.
Yeah.
We absolutely do. And we want it to be for just the whole person, right? Like we talk about that. It's not just about money. It's about what can money do for you and your whys and your dreams, and whatever your dream is, whatever your why is, whatever your goal is, we want to support you in that. We want to see you do that. We want to see that come to fruition. We will be like crying with you in excitement and happiness. Like truly. We
Absolutely.
want to see those dreams come true, and we're here.
And by the way, those spreadsheets that my wife put up and everything, we're going to be putting onto the Facebook community group Team West.
Yes.
And we're just going to kind of keep going from there. And then you guys can, and if John wants to put it on the Top Gun site as well, we could do that. And guys,
Yeah, so I was gonna say, we did have one person that popped a question kind of privately over to us and saying a little bit about, so just as a reminder for the second position, right? It is with your original sponsor, the person that you already was enrolled with. It is their first available open position. You do not have to pay what I call the startup fee, right? You don't have to pay for the product like the $2.99 or the $4.99. That it's free startup. It's just the monthly subscription. And so I hope that makes sense. If you're like, and for me, some people, I'm like, to me, it's always an add-on, right? It's never an exchange. So for me, it's like the positions that we have and like my daughter has, et cetera, they're going to stay right where they are. We're not moving those one bit, but we're definitely looking at the second positions on how we can add.
absolutely, absolutely. So with that, guys, have a fantastic night tomorrow night. Guys, again, you
Thank you,
cannot,
Mike.
you can't do any better than this. You guys ever want to go through and just have a multimillionaire expert that goes through and does this for you, all you have to do is invite him to tomorrow night's call with John. I mean, he makes it so simple, so easy. I mean, the tools that we're coming out with, the Terry, all the work Terry Culberson's been doing with the videos and everything. Oh, I'm so excited for the future, guys. With that, we love you guys. Thank you so much for joining us. Seriously, huge hugs. You guys are awesome.
Great job, you guys.